Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I am your girl Thlologelo Rampa, aka Vela Mahlega, aka Mama Bogele, and this is Relocate to Australia with Promise, your number one DIY relocation platform, guys. Ngibuyile Inja, the dog is back. I'm back. um I'm literally stealing moments. I was about to get into bed, so I'm wearing my night dress right now. But today is a Thursday. We just came back from work, well, maybe about 30 minutes ago. And then I just decided, I was like, what's I can promise? The girls are watching a movie at the moment because they had already eaten at Tolu and Toby's. So I was like, okay, I'm getting that little moment, that like literally 30 minutes where I am able to then do my YouTube work. So I told myself, you know what, if I put it off for Friday, because usually I'd want to record on a Friday or a Saturday, giving myself then time to edit the video and then at least by Sunday have the video released. So now I'm like, you know what, if I put it off for later might not happen. Anyway, I don't know if I should talk about this, but this week I want to say something magical happened. You know, I always believe God will always answer our prayers in time. And sometimes we would think that we've got so many unanswered prayers because we think that just because we pray for a Ferrari, God is just going to come and deliver a Ferrari. But sometimes God does not deliver the Ferrari, but will deliver ways in which you can then get the Ferrari. Do you get what I mean? So there's been a lot of things that I've been praying about, and I've been getting answers in those ways where God would not be giving me the Ferrari, but then giving me tools to then get the Ferrari. But anyway, this week I was having a conversation with Anita. She's one of our senior nurses at the clinic, and we were talking about something. And when we were talking about that, she explained to me that they had met this man who is in his 80s, and they were, trying to buy something from him. And he was like to them, look, I don't even buy green bananas anymore. And I didn't get it for a while. I was like, okay, what do you mean? He doesn't buy green bananas anymore. And after a while, she's like, yeah, because he's in his 80s, any day is the day. And I'm like, it took a moment for me, like, it was funny. And then I sat down and I thought about it. I'm like, yeah, Vele, it's true. Like it's life anyway, where you don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, and you might plan for tomorrow, but tomorrow might not even ever come. So I'm aware that I need to be. I know I've always known, like you always hear this thing where they're like, be present, be present. Oh, my battery's low. My battery's always low. Be present, be in the moment. And you always know it is always something that is spoken about, but getting to do it, sometimes there has to be this thing that pushes you to do it. Sometimes it would be an illness, sometimes it would be a passing of somebody close to you in your life, where you get to realize, or like tomorrow is not promised. And it's always these drastic things that would sometimes happen that would prompt you to live in the moment. And I think that was my answered prayer at that point in time, to be present, because I've always been praying for, Lord, I want to be present. I want to be in the moment and understand the moment and get the moment and act in the moment and be in the moment and fully be present and appreciate it for what it is. And it was very hard for me to wrap my head around doing it. And for now, I believe how God then answered this prayer for me was in this whole analogy about, the green bananas, that I don't even buy green bananas anymore. So even today, I've been doing a lot of green bananaing where I'm like, I'm doing it and I'm doing it now. Like, I'm not even negotiating it with anyone. I'm literally doing it now. So even me doing this video today, I was on my green banana moment where I'm like, I'm doing it now because tomorrow might not come. So here we are. Anyways, yeah, that's been me. It's been a very good week this week. It has its ups and downs as always, but I'm really appreciative of everything. Anyways, guys, that's not what I wanted to talk about. I'm here today because I am fully in the swing of relocation. I've been having relocation a lot in my mind. Obviously I cannot have it like fully 100% in my mind all the time, because then I still have the business going on. But I'm at a place where I'm like, God, I'm hearing you talk so loudly about me coming back to this channel and me doing this, and I miss you guys so much. So I think my answer to that prayer of me then coming back is just do it. Okay, so in my previous videos, I had done part 1 of the skills assessment, Takir, and then I've been saying I'll see you in my next episode, and I never came back for like 3 months because life was a wishy-wishy and a washy-washy. I think 4 months actually. And I did want to come back. I did record a video. I think I have explained this to you guys. I did record a video, and literally it is still in the editing phase of things. I don't even think I'm going to put out that video because I'm just like, okay, no. But yeah, so now I've got 2 videos that I have recorded and I'm not gonna put out. I'm like, this cannot be my life. I cannot be doing this. It's a waste of time. So I'm just doing it, and then we are going to continue with what we are doing. So I'm not even looking back. I don't care about those videos anymore. We are moving forward. So anyways, with today's video, I'm still on the topic of skills assessment, you guys. As I said previously, I am going to sit on this until we are fully done. The reason why I want to emphasize and talk so much about the skills assessment is because it is a very, 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 very crucial and important part of your relocation journey. This is where it all begins. I always say this all the time in my videos. This is where it all begins. So if you can just get through this step, literally a lot of doors are going to open, because immediately after your skills assessment and you've done your skills assessment, it has come out as positive, then now you can be registered in whatever professional body that would be, you know, your career path and all of that. You can register for that here in Australia. You can start looking for jobs. When you're looking for jobs, when they ask you, okay, are you registered, you know, are your skills recognized in Australia, then your answer is yes, because you got a positive skills assessment. Some organizations would not understand this process, especially if they have not, you know, wrapped their heads around migration and what migration has done for this country and how much this country depends on migration. So it might be that you might have to have the conversation with, you know, somebody that is looking to employ you, where you might have to teach them a bit, or, you know, school them a bit about relocation. I always believe that go-getters are people who, even though the door has shut closed in your face, you're like, you know what, I'm going to break down this door. So even when you're applying for jobs and they're like, oh no, we haven't thought of, you know, the sponsorship route and all of that, then when you come through with information to say, well, there is a process, and you give them a little bit, you know, insight about the process, they will know that, oh, this person, you know, knows what they're talking about, and they might consider it. So yeah, there are some employers who will not know anything about relocation, but it is always a good thing to be learned and to know when you go into conversations with them about migration, relocation, and sponsorship. And then there are some organizations that are really good. They've done this before, or it is something that they've taken their time to research on and apply and do whatever that is needed from the government, what is needed by the government from them. Yes, they have done all of that, and they are now in the position where they can sponsor people, and they do that. So there's a long process. Like, it's just, you know, when you look at this relocation thing, it is so tiring. Oh, guys, it is so time consuming. It will milk you of your money, your time, your sanity, your mental health, everything. It's just everywhere because the process is really going to test you. But look, I'm here. I'm in Australia. There's so many people that have relocated to Australia, which means that it is possible. It is something that you can do, and it can be done. So the reason why I was doing this video today, so many things have been happening, né? But one of the things that me personally, that I'm battling with, so in the beginning when I started this channel, I was like, okay, fine, promise, this has to come from a very pure place. This has to come from, you know, a place where you really want to help people. And obviously I needed to understand, how am I going to help you? Yes, it is going to be taking my time. Am I willing to do that? You know, and I'm okay with it. I was okay with it. I don't have any issues with it. I really love helping people to relocate. For me, the biggest reward is when people come back and say, you know what, Promise, I was watching your channel and I relocated and your channel has helped me. For me, that is the biggest thing. Like, I'm like, oh my God, I changed your life. And I'm really grateful for that. And I think also my wish is that I have then inspired people to relocate, but also I've inspired them enough to help others also to relocate. So I really love it then when I see people that have then relocated, doing their own stuff, whether it is their own channel or whatever platform that they use to educate people on relocating. I feel like, yeah, let's do this, guys. Let's do this, because I believe that our brothers and sisters out there really need this information. And sometimes this is something that, has been on somebody's to-do list, or has been something that has been lingering in their mind, and they needed that validation, and we are exactly that. So yeah, that's been me. And then I then get situations where obviously I have opened myself up to people to say, I want to help you with relocating. And then I find myself having to always repeat the same information over and over again. It got to the point where it was tiring, but then I would be patient about it. And then I had this channel so that, people can then find this information here. Though I'm still finding that a lot of people still want more assistance. And I'm like, okay, fine. So I would then do that. Like, I would have those one-on-one sessions with people. I'll just call them, we'll text, we'll do whatever, and I'll try and help as much as I can. Obviously, my knowledge with this process is limited. I can only teach you what I have been exposed to, right? And I've been learning a lot more, and it's been really exciting and challenging at the same time, but it's been great. So I then got into situations where I would get people who are saying to me, Promise, I need you to help me with my relocation process. I'm even willing to pay you. And for a very long time, I was like, no, I don't want any payment from this. I will still call you, I will still talk to you, I will still guide you, and all of that, because for me, it was never really always about the money when coming to this. So I always believe that God will reward you for the work that you do, and it will always come. Like like sometimes I feel like providing a service for free and being of service to people is not always I don't know how to put it in a way that I have understood it. But I obviously do this here on YouTube channel, on my YouTube channel for free. And I have been giving people information for free purely because I enjoy talking to people about relocation and helping them. I do understand though that, life is life. You will have then responsibilities, and life is always like, there's always a bill involved with everything. And I got to a place where now I had to then say to myself, okay, fine, Promise. If you are going to then be charging people for this, will you still feel the same way you feel about it? And I was actually having a conversation with, again, Anita at work. She's so wise, that girl. Oh my God, she's so wise. She's that person where you're like, I need to bounce off something. And then you go to her and you're like, Anita, I need help. And then she's always there, available. She's amazing. So I was talking to her about this. At first, I was excited when, people would be coming to me and saying, Promise, we want to pay for the service. I was like, oh my God, you think I'm that knowledgeable to the point that you want to pay for it? Wow. I felt like, wow, there's so much value in what I do. But when I had the conversation with her about it, and she was like, will them paying then take away the love and the passion that you have for this? And if it is a sacrifice that now that they are paying, and you're going to be sacrificing this thing that is driving you to do this, then is it worth it? And I had to sit down with myself and be like, I don't know. And I really, really, really don't want to get to a place where I'm doing this and it is a chore, and I'm only here because then there's a paycheck at the end of it. Like, it will not feel good for me. So I sat down with myself and I was like, I need to make a decision on how I'm going to do this, in also understanding that there are some people that would not be able to afford this. One of the reasons why I have not charged people for any of my relocation services so far, well, relocation services, but this whole thing, it's because I never thought it is something that people would want to pay for. But also it's because I understand, having had been in the position where I could not afford to pay for somebody to help me with this process, I don't want to meet people who would not be able to afford the service. And I'm like, well, I can't help you because then you can pay some bills for me. that, no, that would not sit well with me. I don't see myself doing that, and I don't even want to ever think of getting into that space. So that's why I've not ever charged anyone for this. And I want to continue. I want to continue like that, where I'm literally helping my brothers and sisters to relocate wherever they need to relocate in the world, and they wouldn't have to even cough out anything from their pockets. Right. So that's the situation. I then, met a couple of people then that would be doing this thing, and they would be charging for it. I've been getting advice from other people saying to me, Promise, you could charge people for this and all of that. And I was like, oh yeah, nah, I'm good. I'm fine. I don't want to do that. Though I do see like the pros and cons of everything. Sometimes when money is involved, and this is sometimes why I hate money. I love money. I love it so much. But sometimes I don't love money. And I don't love money when it is negatively used. Because you can use it for the positive. And you can always, like, money is just a weird thing. Like, I always see money as a spirit on its own. A very dangerous and powerful spirit on its own. And we can obviously see what it has done in the world. There's so much evidence that can show you what money has done to the world. So I'm always cognizant of my relationship with money. I love money. Oh, I love money. God knows I love money. But I don't love it enough to sell my soul for money. I can be without money and I would be fine. And that's where I come from with all of this. There are people who offer relocation services, obviously, firstly starting a migration agent. So a migration agent obviously would expect you to pay money for something that you can do yourself, which is ridiculous. I will never understand that ever in my life. Literally, they are charging you to upload documents for you. Why would you do that? And they're charging you money that, you could be using to settle in this country. And I feel like that is not good. That's not right. But anyway, people got to get their guap how they got to get their guap. And that's fine. Not judging. I am judging. But it's okay. Each to its own. What is that what they say in English? Yes. But when it comes to things like the skills assessment, for example, I think sometimes maybe if you can afford it, it would be much cheaper for you to get assistance and pay somebody to help you with your skills assessment. For one, there are also pros and cons in that. For one, with the skills assessment, they always say, I think it's in Zulu where they say indlela ibuzwa phambili or something like that. Basically, it's saying you ask the road from the people who have there goes my direct English, my direct translation. My English I'm better too. Anyway, basically what this saying is for you to get to where you need to go, you need to ask the people who have traveled on the journey. Yeah, that is the one. So sometimes maybe getting somebody who has done the skills assessment and they are helping you through it. There are some people that might charge you for those services for whatever reason, and it is what it is. I think that maybe sometimes it is okay to consider paying somebody for that. It would be much more cheaper than paying a migration agent. The other thing is, a migration agent will not help you with your skills assessment at all. They will tell you, go do your skills assessment. And then you're like, and then you're like, hey, what is the skills assessment? And then they're like, okay, it is the conversion of your skills from social work in South Africa to now Australia. Okay, where do I go? They might give you the website, but that's about it. They will not help you with that process at all. They will tell you, go and do it, come back and give me the outcome. And then they go online and then they just say, yes, got skills assessment. They're like, okay, go and get your passport. Go and get this and this and that. Go get police clearance. And they take, you go do the work for them. And then you just give them the papers to upload for you. As I say, it is something that you can always do for yourself. So with this one part, the skills assessment, maybe getting somebody that you are going to pay, that you are going to get services from to help you with the skills assessment might be a lot more wiser and a lot more cheaper. As I said, there are some people who would not be willing to provide these services for free. There are people who would be providing these services for free. I'm not too sure where to find them, but there's always somebody out there. It's always good to ask questions. It's always, good to see what is out there, and hopefully you might be able to get somebody that would be able to help you. But in a situation where you decide, okay, fine, I don't want to use somebody that I'm going to have to then pay, you're going to have to go the long route. And the thing that you need to understand is, even if you use somebody to help you with the skills assessment, it does not guarantee that your skills assessment is going to come out positive. This person does not work for the skill assessing authority. Usually it would be a person that has done this themselves, so they know how to tick the boxes, and then they guide you and support you in that. If you think, doing the skills assessment is just too much for you, it is too rough and you can't do it, I would suggest maybe seeking those services. As I said, it could be much cheaper. It could be much cheaper and more advisable because, as I said, you guys, with a migration agent, they will just be charging you thousands and thousands and thousands of rands and dollars to literally just upload documents. So maybe getting assistance where somebody's going to, help you, mentor you through your skills assessment might, alleviate some of that stress, and you might get the support that you need. Sometimes you have to pay for support. So it is what it is. So yeah, there are a couple of people that you would find online who are then providing those services. I do believe, though, it might be very important for you guys to have a pre-engagement interview, where, in my head, this is what I'm thinking. Before you even start or commit to anything, understand what it is that is going to be. Wait, there goes the English. What are you getting yourself into? Ne? So that the expectations and everything's on the table. All the cards are on the table. And you understand that, okay, even if I go into this fully aware and understanding that I am going to be spending my money and my time in this, but there's a chance that I might not get a positive skills assessment at the end of this. Be fully aware of that. My worry, though, with such services, if you don't know what is driving this person and the reason why they are doing this, some people are guys, or some people are liars. Some people will lie. So you'd find that, let's put it like this. You get a social worker that then says, oh yeah, I can help you with your skills assessment, and then you're going to be paying me to help you and support you through your skills assessment. Okay, fine. So they like, okay, fine, we're going to be helping you with the process. All right, no stress. Find that person has either not done the skills assessment at all. They're literally getting that information online because the information is online. Or you find that person has done the skills assessment but did not get a positive outcome. They saw, oh, these are the mistakes and this is why, and they're now coming to then mentor people because of that. Or it is somebody that has done the skills assessment and they got a positive outcome, they relocated, now they're in Australia, and this is like a side hustle type of a thing. So you need to know and understand. Some people might not be honest and come forth with the truth. Maybe you might have to say to them, hey, can I see the evidence? Oh, my friend, put down the evidence. I need to see the paperwork that you have done this and you know what you're talking about. Fine. Because the other thing with relocation, there is no school of relocation at all. With migration lawyers, yes, they have done the legal part of migration law. But then there is then migration law and migration, which is then the process of migration, meaning that there are people that then are doing this whole migration thing. So it's two separate entities, but together. I don't know how to put it in a way that I would be able to explain to you guys and you would understand. But you don't need... So a migration agent is not a migration lawyer. A migration lawyer is somebody that's going to help you when you have messed up your migration things, and now you need somebody who's going to look at law by like literally translate the law for you to say, okay, you are still in good standing or you're not in good standing, and they're able to fight your case because you have messed up your relocation things and migration things. You've messed up, right? And then a migration agent is somebody who's just coming to you purely where you have no issues. You've not done anything to offend a certain country migrationally, where you've not done anything to offend the government or the host country when coming to migration and immigration, and you are pure, you're still good, you're still trying to get into that country, and they're just helping you with the process. That's how I see it. Anyway, what was it? Now I forgot what I was saying. I forgot my train of thought. Yes, the person that's then doing the skills assessment, that's mentoring you and helping you with the skills assessment. There's no body that regulates this. Literally anyone can wake up today and say, you know what, me, I'm going to start doing migration work, and there's no body, unless the only, for me, how I know this, how I know it, is if you are then a migration agent, meaning that you are registered. The Australian government knows about you helping people to migrate, where you are hands-on with it. Basically meaning that now you've got a, what do they call it, MARA number or something like that. You have the permission to log into the immigration website, get into people's files and amend whatever, put in information, do whatever. And usually that's what migration agents would do. They would handle everything for you online, because they don't want you to see the process. Because when you see it, you will see, man, actually I can do this thing myself. So they'll be like, no, we'll log in for you, we'll do this. And I'll be like, oh, congratulations, you just got your visa. It's something that you can do for yourself. Anyway, I've been saying this. But that is the only part that I know is regulated. But if you're going to then be doing other stuff, there's no clear regulation around that. So anyone can literally come and say, okay, fine, Mina, I'm helping you guys. And yeah, there's that. One thing that I know about Australia is that Australia is a country that does try by all means to protect everyone, its citizens, migrants, and a lot of people. It is questionable a bit, but yo guys, my battery died in the middle of the conversation. And I'm too lazy to go fetch the extension, so I'm trying to wrap it up as much as I can. Anyways, where was I? Yes, with doing the skills assessment, the Australian government is a place where there's legislation literally for everything. Well, I think everything. There's always a legislation out there for everything. So be learned also on that. Everything is online. You can always find information online. If you have any questions, there's always an organization that you would ask some questions, and hopefully they might be able to answer you. So do your research and know what you're getting yourself into. That is what I always say all the time. Always know what you're getting yourself into, especially if it is something that you're going to be paying for. So what I do know is that if you are going to, be charging people, or you are going to be, offering a service that has, money involved, maybe there might be something out there that would be kind of like guiding you guys with the process. Oh yeah, guys, before I forget this other part, because now my battery had died and then I forgot what I was going to say. But the other thing that I thought about, especially when coming to, a paid service, I do advise maybe considering a paid service for your skills assessment, because that is one of the biggest parts. I think that's where you actually spend most of the time with this relocation process. You want to get it right the first time you do it, because if you don't get it right the first time, you might spend a lot of money trying to redo it. One of my other worries that I had was the honesty of the people that would be doing this work. Be sure that you're engaging with people that are honest human beings, because there are some people who, especially if they are money driven and they're doing this just because they know that, okay, fine, I'll be making an extra buck out of this. Some people might literally look at your situation. Mind you, think about this. These people are not working for the assessing authority. So they're just taking what they have experienced and what they have seen online and what they have seen to work, and they have put that into a package to sell to you. right? And to help you and support you. There might be extra things that they're also doing to help you and support you. They probably saw, or okay, fine, I didn't get that support, I didn't get this, and maybe if I put that in a package, it might be good and worthy of somebody paying for the service, all right? But my worry is sometimes you find people who would still take you on and say to you, yes, fine, I will help you with the skills assessment, even though they can see that your situation will not work out. So it is best to get somebody who knows what they're talking about. And I want to make an example so that it is practical for people. Let's say in a situation where you are a social worker. Always gonna say social worker because I mean that's where I come from. So let's say you're a social worker, but in all of your social work career ever since graduating, you have not done anything social work related. Maybe you worked in HR, or you worked as a receptionist at a hospital, right? Then what I know and my understanding is with immigration, you, for whatever skill that you are applying for and with the qualifications that you are applying for, the work experience must match up. So you must be able to, make that assessment yourself to say, is this person lying to me? Be learned also, know what you're getting yourself into. Always, 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 always do a background check, read that information. It will be overwhelming, it will be too much, but you will help yourself a lot more by spending time and reading and going through these websites and gathering this information and filing this information if you need to file that information so that you can read it and understand what you're getting yourself into, because you don't want to be spending money and wasting a lot of money and only to find that, okay, I just missed this one little thing and this person has made so much money out of me and I still got a negative skills assessment. I did not get a positive skills assessment even though I had paid for these services. So I'm hoping that even though you are, considering paying somebody to help you with your skills assessment, it is honest people. As I said in my previous video, I have a friend of mine that is offering those services. I'm not going to say that I am then encouraging and saying, go use the services and all of that. It is totally up to you. She has allowed me to give out the information. So we will have a time where we can talk about it. Hopefully, I'm hoping to maybe invite her to my channel so that she can talk more about it. I really do think and believe that people who are in the nursing industry and the medical side of things, they might benefit a lot from having a conversation with her. I do trust her, also maybe because she's my friend. But I don't mix with people who are some type of way, all right? So I do trust her services and I do understand where she's coming from. And I think it would be worthwhile to just see what she's all about, especially with the nursing side of things, because I know with that process, it can be a mess. And as I said, she was baptized in fire, she's my friend. So it has been a long process for her. She's learned a lot in that process, and I know she's learned a lot in that process because I've been through that process with her. Literally from the very beginning, she'd always tell me, this is what I'm doing, this is what's going on, oh, promises this hiccup, and this is what's going on. And I always wished I could help her more than I did, but because I did not know how to help her, I would just say, try here, try doing this, and then she'd explain to me, oh no, the process works like this, and I'm like, oh my god, I didn't even know that. So I know that she has done her homework, she has done a very thorough job in what she's done, and she's been successful in being registered. And I'm like, you know what, you are exactly what people need. So as I said, with her, she is charging for the service, and I believe it is warranted. As I said, a side hustle is a side hustle, but what would you? You gotta get your guap how you get your guap. There are some things, I will be honest with you, when it is something that I feel that it is not going to be worth your money, I will be very honest with you and say, I don't think you should be spending your money here. But in a situation like this, I really do believe that if you are going to be, struggling and you think it might help you with your relocation process to then seek support and seek help, you might have to pay for that help. But it is better to do this route where you are then paying somebody who's going to help you with the skills assessment, which is a very important component in your relocation journey, rather than paying for a migration agent who's literally going to tell you, still go and figure it out yourself. go do the hard work and I'll do the easy work but make you pay. So for anyone that is going to be looking for information on how to reach this person that I'm talking about, I cannot wait to have a sit down with her one day. I do know it is going to happen 100%. She's still in South Africa at the moment, which is also great because because now she's still in South Africa just for now, because this girl is on her way. This girl is on her way here. So catch her now when she's still in South Africa, when you're still on the same time zone, you know, and you're still having conversations in rands, because when she comes here, she's going to be charging in dollars. So please maximize on this time right now in 2023. Because next time when you catch this video, this girl might be already on the other side. So anyways, that's one thing that I wanted to say and talk about and did not want to forget because I felt it was very important. So make sure that when you are seeking advice and assistance, it is from legit people. All right, and you must be able to read vibes, you guys. Like, be vibe readers. When something is telling you deep within, penekant baby within, that do not engage with this person. Don't even second guess it. Don't even question it. Like, do not engage with that person, because they might not be the right person for this, you know. And if you feel like, hey, umuntu yang shaya now, where this, like, hey, this person is not telling me the truth, ask around, ask around, ask questions, do your research online. Yes, there will be a lot of information online that is going to be very overwhelming, but it is better to do your due diligence and know that, you know what, I do stand a chance and I can relocate, and my situation is not too complex, or even if it is too complex, there are loopholes and ways around this. And pray about your process, you guys. Pray all the time. Pray to God, pray to your ancestors to lead the way. Totally believe that they are the ones who authorize and approve this way before the government can approve your application wherever you are going in this world. Anyways, you guys, that's that from me. Anything that I am forgetting? I'm trying to think before I go. I think that's about it. Yeah, so I'm going to be talking about this whole skills assessment thing until we are done and I have helped people to understand this fully 100%. I want to explore it because it is very important. It is a very important part of your relocation journey. I want to spend a lot of time talking about it. I want to cover literally everything. And I'm praying to God, you know, and my ancestors that I'm able to get a platform and a place where I can gather other professionals, people in fields that I have not been exposed to, or obviously because I could only do social work. I mean, I can only just do one thing. And then I know with the veterinary industry, my husband would be able to help me with that. So that's fine. But in other professions, I might not be able to help you with the skills assessment. So I'm trying to gather, you know, the people that I know and the people that I have in my contact list to say, hey guys, come on, let's try and work something out, you know, to help our brothers and sisters with this and to help them to relocate. So I do have a couple of people that are really generous and who are that have done this process, and they are now in Australia, and I'm so happy because some of them reach out to me and I'm like, oh my god, yay. So yeah, hopefully we can find a space and a place and some form of agreement where we can say, okay, we're coming together and we are going to be doing this. So please pray for me, and yeah, hopefully it is something that we can deliver on this channel and on this platform. So anyways, that's that from me this week, you guys. Still on the relocation business, still on the skills assessment. We will remain here until people understand and we've covered everything, and now people are confident and feel like they are supported with doing this. So we'll try and Sizoyilo lempi, guys. Sizoyilo, we'll try and do as much as we can. So we push forth. Anyways, you guys, I'm gonna have to love and leave you. I need to go put my girls into their bed and have them sleeping because it is a bit late. But anyways, goodbye, you guys. Thank you so much for the love and support. Thank you so much to my subscribers and my relocators, my day ones, everybody. You guys, I love you. Thank you so much for the love and support. I really appreciate your patience, your kindness, and everything that you have given to me this far. Yeah, as well. Do this that you are doing to me to other people as well. So when you see somebody with a YouTube channel, subscribe, like, comment, share, do the things that people do when they're on this side of town. Anyways, you guys, I'm gonna have to love you. Good nighting, goodbying, and I will see you in my next upload. Hopefully it is next week, but don't bank on it. Bye bye.